Dean, I'm sure obviously you like the push at the end, but it just, even last night, it's just kind of spotty. It's in bursts, right? It's not, consistent the whole way. And I know you wanted to use this time to really fine tune before the playoffs. Is that frustrating, confusing, concerning?
No. What we saw last night was great 2 periods and not a great third. Tonight we saw 2 terrible periods and a great third. So it's encouraging that we know it's there. We talked before the game. For whatever reason, we were real quiet. There wasn't a buzz in the room, and it carried over into the game. And we were awful at the start of the hockey game, and they took advantage of it. And it's almost like it was the same game, just reversed. And clearly we didn't get the result, but that's what we thought they did last night. They hung around and caught some breaks in the third. We hung around tonight, caught some breaks in the third, tied it, and we give up a breakaway in overtime where we dominated, we thought, in overtime too. Like, we had really good looks and certainly could have finished. So no, and there's no concern. Obviously, it's 2 teams playing hard, and if you cut it up, it's probably pretty even.
I mean, they look like a playoff team. Obviously, we know their history and pedigree, but the way they play, this seems like it's probably a good primer for what you're going to see in a few weeks. What are you taking away, I guess, from your team in this type of matchup? I don't know if you read too much into that, but if this is that measuring stick, what's standing out to you?
Just that we know how we can start, like we did last night. We know how we don't want to start, was like tonight. But we like that we hung around in that hockey game. We didn't crack. They didn't take our will away in the third period. We kept pushing tonight. We just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and again, we're very happy with how resilient the group was, and how would you like to have 60 minutes? Sure. Would they like to have 60 minutes last night? Sure. But it didn't happen that way. So, we didn't get the result we wanted because of, a little bit of a breakdown, obviously, at the end. But the effort certainly was there.
Leslie, what made you think of getting Victor alongside Kevin? And obviously, that seemed to be part of the spark in the third.
Yeah, we talked as a staff in between that we needed something. We needed a spark. Just what you mentioned. We obviously didn't want to touch the Eck line. So, there's a few, that's one position with the other 2 lines that we could flip. We talked about some other things, but it made sense because Rasky's played with, we've tried to get Rasky with Kevin in a few different spots, to help with, skill set and what have you, and they've played together. So it wasn't a risky flip or anything because we knew they knew each other and how they play and all that good stuff. So it's fortunate that they obviously drove us in the third period.